Welcome everyone to Futsal Fever, covering last weekend's game. I am your host once again, Buhle Gasela, and this is brought to you by Moukulu Media. So don't forget to like and subscribe and switch on your bell notifications so you stay informed. Alright, okay guys, before we jump right in, just a quick disclaimer. Your boy is a little bit under the weather, but we soldier on nonetheless. So, kicking it off with the first game of the week, it is Young Colonials versus Hugo's FC. Now, Hugo's FC ran away with this lead, beating them 6-2. However, Young Colonials did start off very positively. Just felt like a little bit immature when it comes to the final third, but Mr. Pillay is definitely fixing that, and we're looking forward to a more exceptional performance in the next game for Young Colonials. Kicking off the first game on Saturday, it was PNB Rangers versus Belchester FC. Now, this game was very tight, ladies and gents. Anyone who was watching would tell you it was nail-biting from start to finish. PNB Rangers really were able to show their class in this game, showing that even though they are new boys, they can hang with the big boys. And with the final score finishing 3-2 and the late winner being Regan Swartboy. Definitely was a tight game, Belchester being the deserved winners. And next up was Young Italians versus New Era FC. Ladies and gentlemen, New Era FC are a team to watch out for this season. They are making sure that eThekwini FC are on their toes non-stop, continuing the exceptional form and the exceptional goal-scoring form as well. Definitely one team to look out for in terms of knocking off eThekwini City FC off their perch. And speaking of eThekwini FC, continuing with their dominant performance, showing that it's going to take a lot to knock the big boys off their perch. A 13-2 win against Collisions FC, really stamping their authority and saying, we're not going anywhere. And then wrapping it up on Saturday, guys, was Maritzburg Hotspur FC versus Tongat Suburbs FC. Now, this was a surprisingly tight game. Tongat Suburbs really showing that they did their homework when it came to Maritzburg Hotspur FC, but Maritzburg once again showed their class and ran away as winners 4-1 at the end of the game. And now, we're at our favorite part of the show. Moment of the week. Guys, you know how excited I get when it comes to this part. And the moment of the week in this one was definitely the Belchester FC equalizer. Young man, Moukulu number 7, really showing his class. One-on-one against the keeper, quickly defeats him, shows his composure, just relax himself, taps it right in. That's our goal of the week, ladies and gents. Alright, so now we're focusing on the upcoming games for this week. Starting it off with the 3:30 kickoff on Saturday, being Hugo's FC versus Young Italians. And then kicking it off with the second game at 4:45 will be Young Colonials versus PNB Rangers. And then finishing it off with the last two games of the evening, being Collegians versus Belchester FC at 6 p.m. And lastly, at 7:15, finishing it off with Maritzburg Hotspur FC versus Tongat Suburbs FC. Definitely said to be a dope curtain closer, that one. And then lastly, guys, finishing it off with national team selections. As you guys are well aware, last week, the national team was looking for a short list of 20 players after having selected 30. Now, the players have been selected. Gents, please follow SAIFA's page on Instagram to get any information and any notification of the teams that have been selected. The boys currently are underway getting their passports ready to go to Mozambique at the end of the month. Definitely looking forward to seeing what the boys have in store. And all the best to all the young men that have been selected in the team. Looking forward to seeing you guys represent the country well. Alright, okay, now wrapping it up. Thank you so much again for tuning in on our latest episode. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, switch on your bell notifications so that you don't miss out on any notification. I am your host once again, Buhle Gasela, and this is brought to you by Moukulu Media.